And hopefully this time I do sound not as bad as I did in the previous stream. So in that regard, I hope that the audio is okay. I did a bit of testing and things should sound okay. Now let's, as usual, start with a short recap of the things that I did between this and the last stream. By the way, I apologize for not having made a Mouse Monday yesterday. I was a bit too sleepy for that. But let's go and do vintage toy stuff. First, I did... Oh, by the way, it's winter and there's some snow, which is quite nice. Okay, I did some landscaping here, removed the entire hill, replaced it with dirt. What you currently can't see is that, unfortunately, the same issue as here is being replicated down here, which means that it's a big brown patch. It's about... yeah. Oh, now... about that size. A few small areas here, but it makes it clear that there's some sort of biome issue that prevents grass from changing color over there. It's not a winter issue, I think, but yeah. Beyond like a bit of here, small patches that look very blocky, that's there, doesn't go brown. What I also did is put down some additional, let's demonstratively walk over there, some additional beehives and put some scraps beside them in the hope that they get populated that way. But I have populated scraps somewhere else. A pheasant family has spawned here and is multiplying, which is okay, but I should get them in an area, which might be something we'll be able to do this stream. But yeah, those are going to stay ceramic until I have enough resources to make all of them out of wood, which probably are going to be like just 4 units high or just maybe just 2. Really depends on how it looks. Here I have 31 oak length with hive parts, and I got some more that are being made. And I also noticed that I can, once they have produced honey, just remove it, get the knife and squish out the honeycombs over the bucket, which does produce considerably more wax than putting it in the fruit press, which turns out to be quite wasteful. Now, besides landscaping and making some more hives, I did one of the things that I often did, which is to do excessive exploration. Once the map load, I can showcase you how much I did, because I also noticed... No, let's do this in order, so I can give you a good picture of what has happened. Now, where was bamboo? By the way, on my way down I marked bamboo because I thought it was a rare resource. It is not. Down here it's lots of annoying bamboo forests. Now let's check, where is the area that I had explored so far? I think it's somewhere. No. Okay, I did go a bit too far. Now let's go a tiny bit more up so I can showcase how much did I explore. Okay, I did go do some additional blocks from, I think I was at 20,000, additional 10,000 blocks, by the way. Another player, Slagov or Salagov or something, not sure about the exact name, has settled here, but more on that later. But I did some additional exploring down to 30,000 blocks, and I did find something quite good. Just need to find the teleporter where I did find the things. Now let's... okay, this is here, 30,000 blocks, which is just an arbitrary number because I actually wanted to go to 40,000, but it turns out that's a massively bad idea. But let's try to find the area so I can give a more accurate account of what I did and found. So, any day now, I should find it. If I don't, in like 10 seconds, I'm not going to try. Okay, here it is. Okay, I did go here, and about here is a very deep cavern, underwater cavern, or rather an underwater canyon. in which I found a teeny tiny amount of iron. I found way too much iron, which can be seen as I have lots of iron tools, basically one set of iron tools, and additionally to that, I do have 16 and 6 iron ingots, which is a lot. So I don't think in the near future I need to get iron. I also have the iron anvil made, which also leads me to saying that I can finally use meteoric iron and can make that into things, which also means that I'm working on making armor. Here I have about 3 or more plates that I can make. I want to make a plate armor out of this, so I'm probably, once it's summer again, go on the lookout for more meteoric iron. But now for a sort of tragic tragic part, because I noticed that I can take William with me through the teleport, which is one of the reasons I helped the other player settle down in the tropical area. I did go diving together with William, and as it turns out, for whatever reason, whatever happened to him, at some point he sort of disappeared. I was going down, getting iron and things, but he sort of just vanished. And yeah, that is that. But I made a new one, did some more exploring. That second one also sort of vanished. I really checked thoroughly for the first William, whether or not I accidentally told him to stop. But I think he just either disappeared to some reason or spawned into a cave and couldn't find that cave. I really did look hard, but I couldn't find him. Now I made a second one that also went missing, it. Now I have a third one, which I'm not going to call William the Third because that would be weird and might get him confused with some random English king or other historic noble. So I'm just going to continue to call him William and just pretend that he sort of downloaded himself onto the cloud and then back into that. Anyways, let's just forget about that part. Today, I want to make an expanded chicken area down here. And while I go and remove some of the snow here to get a better idea on how to organize everything, one of the things that I want to touch on is that due to my exploring, the server has now issues saving the map because the map has gone too large and has had a series of crashes due to that, which is quite unfortunate. But now it means that everyone has to sort of, when a lot of people settle near spawn area, which was sort of the plan, because a cute neighborhood would have been nice. But yeah, now it's sort of a circumstance that is more or less forced, unfortunately, because the issue is that due to some limitations, the server cannot handle saving too many chunks that are actively being worked on. Therefore, it really is bad if everyone is very spread out and lots of chunks are loaded, so that's basically that. But I noticed that I'm really chugging through the durability here, but let's continue. So yeah, I hope that the server is going to run more stable. I'm currently alone in the server as usual, I guess. But yeah, we're going to see in the future. Also, not sure when the new update comes out, but if the new map is not able to be transferred because we have lots of mods installed, but not sure if that they are going to make it impossible to get a new map, we might have to switch to a new map, which is unfortunate, but yeah. It is what it is. Let's remove a tiny bit more of snow. But maybe the map here will survive. Would be sort of fun to suddenly have sandstorms just outside the walls all the time. But yeah, before I break my iron shovel by shoveling snow, let's remove a tiny bit more and then start with some outline for the chicken area. Not sure how long this stream is going to be. It's probably going to be a relaxed 1 or 2 hours. I don't have a concrete plan, which is very good. Not a concrete plan on how to help do the chicken area. This doesn't help much. Well, let's see. I'm either just going to relocate the wall from here to sort of here. But what I wanted to try to do is make the chicken area have its own little house so I don't disturb the chickens all the time by running by. And I could make 2 big houses because I have the pheasant family roaming around somewhere here. But let's see, I also have a ton of chickens, which is something. Yeah, let's do a short look at the situation. Okay, as we can see here, I've got lots of them and some chicken, but the issue is every time I walk down here they get scared and run away. So what I'm thinking is to put a small chicken house down over there so that they can multiply in pace and have much more room to lay many more eggs. But what's sort of in my way, I guess, is this house. I'm going to make the entrance to the pit a sort of underground thing. So let's start by removing the entry house. I'm not sure how this is going to impact the whole audio thing, so I'm just going to remove the nice water elevator. And it's already... ah yeah, it's winter, forgot about that part. So let's place down some lighting in a haphazard way, just so that there is enough lighting. Okay, the original plan was to have two areas here, one for chickens and one for big horn sheep. But since this big area over here might put the big horn sheep somewhere entirely else, and make an area for the chickens and the pheasants, since they sort of, well, they are here, but I'd like them to have their own sort of confined space, I guess. But let's see how much planes are going to be influenced by the removal of this part. Let's also remove the snow from the surfaces if possible, and perhaps carry a torch. Let's remove this on the sides first, so that not too much is going to fall into the water thing on accident. I actually wanted to see if I... not wanted to see, but I actually was a bit conflicted with whether I'm going to stream War Thunder today, because I once again missed to make the Mouse Monday on, well, Monday. But, yeah, the next War Thunder stream is probably going to be on the weekend. Probably. As a compensation. And it's... compensation. But, yeah. Now... what I'm going to do tomorrow is to stream Elite Dangerous again, for no reason whatsoever. And do that again, since that was basically the first ever game that I played on this channel. I haven't played the game in a long time. Okay, let's remove this and just put some cobblestone and dirt over the hole. And the entry to the pit I'm going to further customize off stream and make look prettier as far as that is a reasonable undertaking. But yeah. My pickaxe is almost gone, so is my shovel. But I did use up my grindstone, so that is that. Let's just cover Jipit up so I have more farmland area. Let's see if I have 40. Should be enough to remove all of this here. The stream today might not be too long, just 1-2 hours. This time I have gotten myself lots of materials to use, so I shouldn't deviate and make some very exciting excursions into a cave to try to get all of the things. Okay, now let's just put all of these down. By the way, the next stream, since I want to make a sort of rotation between exciting, not so exciting, to keep things interesting, probably going to be the exploring the pit stream, since what I also failed to mention is made the bismuth bronze armor whole again, also at heightened quality, which is very nice. Let's just get rid of these two. Oh, and I also found a straw dummy in a chest that was encased in a mountain. Not sure what I'm going to use it for, but I'm probably just going to put it somewhere where it might be interesting. Or just plainly maybe scare some people as a joke. I guess if I'm at some point quite alone on the server, I could populate it with straw dummies. Would be sort of funny. But yeah. But we have more people on the server, which ironically makes it more unstable. Just going to cover this part up here as well. But yeah, the entire thing is going to be an underground area. Now I hope that I have enough shovel, but 192 should be enough. So I can make the outlines for the lake. But yeah, the chicken area is going to be quite simple, straightforward. Nice little house for them. So what I think about, what I think is a good idea could be to make sort of division here. Put one house there, and then have here the pheasants and here the chickens. By the way, also one reason I'm probably only going to use exclusively chickens is because Azrael, who is settling over here, did voice his sort of wish, or intention rather, to get himself goats, and in the conversation also said that he would like to do all the cheese and stuff things. So I'm going to focus on bird related things for now, and maybe, depending on how much room I'm going to have, get some don't worry, I'll find you more shortly. Get some bighorn shape. Now I'm not going to expand the removed area further, because I vaguely remember this area having been freed of snow. And my durability of the shovel is going to be removed quite quickly. Let's do a bit of tricking and make the outline, because it's probably going to be over snowed. Is that a ish that of it? Let's make the outline more. The outline with the touches. Okay. That is sort of okay. Now I don't think that I have enough of these, but I hope that I do. Now the hard part is the hard part in quotations. I like sort of fake no, what is the sentence I want to say? I know I sort of am confused because of the snow. And that is the outline, I think. Like, make this a sort of big chicken area. Let's make a rough outline for that. Oh. Oh, by the way, I just noticed that I still have, according to the statistics that I can view, still 0 viewers. Perhaps the title, Building a New Area for the Chickens on the Farm, Smile, Modded Server vs Mods, is not a very enticing title. Which, I mean, fair enough. I wouldn't necessarily be excited by such a title either. But maybe some people will be. Boop, 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 boop. Maybe some... It doesn't really update that very accurately. It's a shame. Maybe some followers will decide to come by. So what I want to do, I'm going to refurbish, redo that room down there to something else, and free this area here in front to be more of a sort of not chicken area, but more front lawn, small garden type of area, and maybe, well, let's see once I'm there. But yeah. Okay, it's slowly updating the thing. Let's go and continue this wall further. But yeah, as one can see, the grass does grow even in winter. So the issue is unfortunately some sort of terrain generation thing. Not sure how I'm going to expand it. Well, let's just wait for that thing to update. And let's just sort of expand it by adding more of these. William is happy to help. But I guess I can also sort of use William to like home in on hidden caves or enemies, because on the farm, sort of here, somewhat adjacent to the area where the sounds of drifters come from, he does very much like to walk in circles and be very agitated. And just like that, I am running out of pens. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to... Probably going to sort of leave it like this, and I'm not sure what I'm going to put here, but let's not expand it all the way over to the wall just yet. So I have an easier time to go through without having to go through the chicken area. Also planted some more trees, which I think the sort of small oak forest as a separator does work quite well. Now let's go to sleep and maybe start... No, let's just go... No, I don't need to go to sleep. Let's get a hammer. I have 2 iron hammers. And let's... Small hedgehog was just leaving. Let's Get some more cobblestone the quick way. Let's first remove, destroy the ones that I just got from the old pit entrance building, I guess. And also, while I'm at it, turn this into polish rock. Okay, 40, that should hopefully be a good amount. I'm not too confident about that. Now let's also go over there and that, but go to the still outside, but should be in the house storage area. Need to move that at some point and get this and turn those stairs into cobblestone as well. Okay, very nice. Okay, that should be enough to make a good amount of fence. Or maybe not. Okay, but it should be enough to make 32 additional ones. Oh, they also made lots of extra framed bricks, which is quite good, I guess. And I also did turn some parts that I'm not going to use for the chicken roofs into normal parts, because I think that I'm going to most likely words are hard. Most likely not going to use them for the roof of the chicken area, which I could technically expand over here. Well, might not have been the smartest idea to start this without a concrete plan. But yeah. Doop-a-doop. Do. Well, let's continue. And well, maybe use the opportunity to do short sound check. How do I sound? Bum, bum, bum. Does seem to be okay. Sunlight is not coming, and drifters are probably down here, which makes actually quite a lot of sense. Now, while still being needlessly irritated by the lack of visibility to the floor being obscured by snow or something, let's sort of build one area over here. But I guess I can sort of use this as a guide and help, because the snow can be a good way to determine a good outline for an area. Although I hope that Azrael comes online, not confident that he's going to, simply because of time. But I still like the idea of having like 2 to 4 goats in a small area. Goes close to over here and have chickens in a quite large area over here. Because he already has pheasants, which he caught. He doesn't have the luck of having a needlessly big wall around his around his farm, which was once a forest. Which has lots of spawn points for animals. And yeah. So, would be a bit much if I also had pheasants. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to, although it makes sort of sense to put the farmhouse here. Okay. Now, okay, change of plans. This is going to be a chicken area. And this is going to, and sort of, yeah, bleh, sort of this is going to be a farm animal and a bighorn sheep area. Now let's just go here and make the in the ground outline for the house. Now I think it's a good idea to have a sort of hole in the wall there. Let's see how that is going to look. Okay, only 3 is too small. Now let's let's count here how big this is going to be. Big. I didn't count, but let's just try to look past that. Now, if I don't use the shovel, that would be a good idea. And let's do some more expansion. Okay, they're about like 2.5 blocks long, so I think they should have at least 4 blocks of space to stand in the bighorn sheep, which I still have to sort of get. Yeah, let's say big. Okay, one thing is they don't really need the house because they sort of just need a food area and a fence, and then everything is sort of done. But I'd like to have a farmhouse because it's sort of cute to have one. Now let's go to the bighorn sheep Eve, which, as too many animals, happens to have fallen into a hole. And check like the length of it, which is about 2 blocks. Okay. Let's quickly get inside again and get some food. Well. Also, I'm not sure what I'm going to need all the iron. I'm not sure what I'm going to help do with all of the iron that I have. Probably going to. I mean, I could make myself iron armor, but I think it's a good idea to keep it to make maybe steel in the future. Oh, I also found, which I failed to touch upon, magnesium. And let's just quickly diverge from the topic. I probably can make ferromagnesium. Let me just quickly. Hematite. Yeah, I can make ferromagnesium, which is a please hold. Class 5 metal, with which I can make a class 5 or rating 5 armor, which is, oh no, protection tier 4, but still substantial. Yeah. So might take that into account for the future. The massive chickens are scared. For no good reason. Okay, let's do a check. Because I want to sort of fence it in with a less depressing fence that isn't a very non-see-through wall. So let's quickly get a saw and just take the oak planks that are already there. And sorry. What do I need for a fence? Do a tiny bit of fencing to see how that works. Because maybe that is going to be the better solution and allows for more visibility inside and outside. But yeah, I think a fence was built like this. Do you have to get evidently lots of more sticks, so perhaps I might go for the shale dry stone fence beat for a permanent solution, or just a placeholder. I made some gates. I was... Maybe I should have read. Okay, let's go and just see. Okay, I messed that up. Well. Oops. Okay, let's continue with the rough outline for the area. This looks really sort of pressing, but I'm not sure if the fence is going to help more. Let's just look through here. I'm afraid that this solution would end up making it look more like a prison fence, and with the more rough fence, I'm not sure how that is going to work out. But I just remembered a good thing, which is that I can use firewood to make sticks quite fast. So let's make a bunch of that and turn it into sticks in some way. What? Okay, let's use the knife. Okay, that is quite awesome. By the way, Azrael sort of told me how that is a thing, that is a possibility. Now let's make the fence in the correct way. It's the gate. Okay, here it is. Okay, the sticks go in the middle. Okay, but if I decide to go with a fence, I at least have lots of gates for it. And let's just throw the round coal away, because that is quite easy to come by. Now, yeah, sure, let's do a sort of test fence right here, because I want a path to sort of have a... Where's the lake? Wasn't here... Okay, here's the lake. Because I want the path to have a sort of even distance to the lake, which is like 1, 2. And want to sort of replicate that here. But that's why I want to test how the fence is going to look here. Now, after making some convoluted sentences, well, I'm not sure about the color. But on the other hand, I'm not sure why I'm going to get enough aged thing. So, going to go with the shale dry stone for now. I think if I'm going to be able to find more aged wood, luckily I have 2 stacks of aged things. I can... let's not use too much. I'm going to replace the shale dry stone with that. Okay, 16 should be enough. Let's put that back there and put these 2 in temporary storage in there. Because one thing I due to the shale cobblestone I'm going for is to sort of have darker colors for the entire area. And I think that the oak would ever so slightly offset that sort of color theme. Now really the only issue that I have with this is that it's sort of... It's a well, it's a small issue, but the sort of prison or look that it has would probably be offset with actually chickens being inside. But yeah, yeah. Well, let's just go with the shale stone for now. And once the outline is finished, I can have a better idea of how to do the final approach. Okay, let's remove this and do a nice decision on where to put the chicken area. Well, not the chicken. Where to put their new house. I could make it two ways. I could make it so that the food is in here. And so I can have the small room down there remain. And the breeding area, sort of. Which is a weird word. Breeding area. Is going to be in the house, sort of here. Which is probably a good idea to have it a bit secluded from the house. Because I'm just going to put it here. It's going to be the same issue with the chickens being spooked too much. Let's just remove some more snow, as it is a sort of helpful outline. I hope that they're not going to be spooked by the bighorn shape. So let's just remove... so let's just going to... Let's just put them side by side. I think 1, 2, 3, 4 is a good width for them to have, as the house is very much just a sort of set piece. It's not going really to have a purpose because, yeah, because they don't really need it. But it would look quite good, and I think be longer. Let's concentrate on the chicken area first. I just wanted to say, right at this moment, that I thought that the pickaxe is probably going to break, and how that would be unfortunate, because it's the first iron one that I had, but now that is too late. Well, let's continue with expanding this. By the way, in the background, we probably just heard the pheasants, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do about, because it seems like they have an active spawn inside of the walls, which are quite helpful in keeping wolves out. So I'm not really sure. Let's put down some more, not of these, some more stones without committing to the outside. Boop, boop. William, can you get over here? Come on, William. Very nice. Thank you. Now, maybe this small little addition is going to help me in my decision progress. Not really we're going to leave that area open here. So let's also put down a fence sort of here. Boop, boop, boop. areas cut off. Now with the bighorn sheep, I'm not sure if I'm going to make a 2-story high fence, which I probably should explain why I'm going with 2-story high, because unlike some people might assume, I almost said pigeons. Some chickens can actually do fly and have the ability to fly over fences, depending on how high it is and how much well, flight ability there is in the bird, I suppose. But yeah, because I go for sort of realistic, sort of realistic-ish approach, I guess is the better word. I want to make it look like the chickens can't just fly away too easily. Okay, let's make at least this one bigger. Which is also the reason why I'm extra building a nice little house for the soon-ish bighorn jeep. But some people might notice that I'm sort of doing a little bit of stalling because like I said in the beginning of the stream, don't have a very good plan on what to do. But yeah, I only have a rough idea. So let's just continue on that rough idea and do some adjustments along the way. Now, simply due to the massive chickens, I want to have it be a big area. Because, as you can see, it's lots of them, and I could maybe not do some reduction of the population. Okay, that snail is having a good time. Did I have a shovel? Yes, I did. Let's just snail to whatever it is doing. Let's check durability. 592. But okay, now the question is, what size would be too excessive? I think this is a good sort of area and might not be too hey. Still lots of thinking being done, although it might not seem like it. Okay, I'm going to remove extra area here, and since I just now had the thought come to my mind that I'm probably going to use a few chickens over time, because I now give them the ability to easier breed with the new area, I'm probably going to use a few of them for food. So, big of an area. Show. After repeating myself for several times and removing some dirt for no good reason. Okay, that was unfortunate. I think maybe remove this, put this all over here, so I have a bigger area to put a path through here, although it's not really needed, I guess. You know what? Let's do some experimenting first with the animal that's supposed to go here. And do some basic adjustment of the area. Let's help go with this outline first, and then sort of push the chickens into this area. I then see how it looks. To check how it looks in terms of, oh no, density. Okay, since I have too many gates, let's use them. Okay, the drifters that I can hear are now underground in the large cave. So, let's open up over here. And hopefully manage to get the chickens into that area. Sort of this way. Please. Otherwise I have to put down a tro. A little food thing. This is working somewhat well. Just noticed that apparently the 2 crows that I aimed by accident have left. Maybe because they didn't get enough corn. Now, the hole is proving to be a tiny bit counterproductive. Or counterproductive. And I guess this sort of works out. What I think might be a good idea to put the chicken area, the house for them, sort of here. So that, oh, I can also do a good check on what the, I guess, spook distance is. Because I just saw. Okay, this is the spook distance. And putting, yeah, the spook distance is somewhere, like, there, where this one is. So, that's a pretty large radius. Oh, there's the crow. Just wait one more time to get a confirmation on the spook radius. Okay, it's actually quite substantial. So this position is sort of a good choice. Now, this is a sort of dangerous idea. Let's boop, 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 boop. Lots of boops. And put down the basic, additional basic outline for the chicken house, or pen, I guess. I mean, I could make it like a small little box, put them in like a classic thing, but since, believe it or not, I do have chickens myself and have them in a not so, can I say cliche box, but I don't want to, I'm just sticking with the cliche narrative now. Don't want them in a small house because I am used to seeing them in a bigger house. But if there were the option, if it were easy to just have a prefab sort of thing for that, I would probably utilize it. But since that is not the case, I'm going to go with this house. Now, no, it's really just a question of building materials, but it's disappeared. Oh, there he is. I mean, just for the sake of symmetry, these could get the same same size. Now the height is probably going to be a smooth 4. Yes, 4. And the roof is probably just going to be a big goodbye. Big roof. And yeah, okay. We're going to make this. Let's just concentrate on the chicken area for now. Okay. But I think this length is okay for that. Oh yeah. They can sort of leave now. What about that? Let's help the crow nice and have let's just help the crow get back. Because although I tamed it by accident, it's sort of part of the large chicken farm family. Yes. Anyways, that's not the blocks that I wanted. Okay, I think a good idea is to make up make this long, because it probably is going to feel rather confined if I'm just going to post bloop 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 and doop doop doop. But I don't want it to be too large. Now, let's get a small idea and some more planks, for which I need more saw to do things. Make more planks. Let's get one. And luckily the color doesn't matter. Can get myself some dry grass quite easily. So, need to touch my stockpile, and removing it from here is also quite helpful. Okay. Doop, 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 doop. Oh, so, well, let's. Okay, nice try, I guess. But please leave. I exit. What I wanted to do is check on the pheasants while there's still daylight. I almost forgot about that. Okay, hello. Now, like I said, they sort of spawned here without much invitation. And since Azrael, my distant neighbor, is already having them, I don't want to get them myself as well. Oh, cricket, I guess. But okay, let's continue and keep the temporal storm in mind and do what I want to do, which is get some nesting boxes to place down to get an idea whether or not the current layout is going to be good enough in size. Now, I think it was quite straightforward and easy. I think 11 enough. Okay, never mind. Not as straightforward as I thought. But still 11. Okay, let's figure this out. Bit unfortunate that there is a temple storm, but yeah. Guess the entrance would be sort of there. Can put like cute little trapdoors there. But okay. Entrance is here. Here they can go inside. Could also put it here, but let's just mean, yeah, sort of. It works. Okay. Now I need to decide whether or not I want to give them a large home or a small one. But I might go with a small one, just because they don't... Basically, it's just a bedroom for chickens and a place to hide from bad weather. But since it's just technically sort of bedroom for chickens, it's not going to be required to be too large. Now, it would be cool if at one point there could be the option to have like stacked nest boxes, but that would require sort of mod with the same complexity as the one for the bays. But yeah, I feel like this is a bit too small, and maybe 2, 3, or 4 more blocks could do the trick. But then again, I'm not sure. Okay, let's count. Let's maybe go from a good number. A one, well, they're called cocks, so one cock needs at least 2 hens. That's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's a good enough number. I think that's big enough. Genuinely, I think that is big enough, just roughly estimating from the numbers that I know from real life and from having chickens myself. So, not sure why I just said but yeah. I think this one is the one that sort of upsets me. Maybe have a more central entry. Maybe. Let's have a more central entrance. That might help the situation. And since... yeah, I guess really it is going to help. Really... although it's a bit late to ask that question myself, should I... no, I think it's an okay idea to have it be similar to the others. But yeah, this seems okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 chickens can house in there. And have a substantially large area to reside in. Now, let's take the bit of fence that I still have and put it down here. Because, like I said, I don't want the area to be too large, but not too small either. Okay, I think this is quite good, and with it being with the size being like this sort of works out. And here I can either have more room for the bighorn sheep, or put something there. Not sure what. Okay, now I didn't exactly memorize the time of the warning regarding the tempo storm. So let's just continue until it says the storm is imminent. Okay, William is jumping all over the place. Now I can make myself get multiple... he's really agitated by the drifters underground, but I can get myself some multiple entrances. One I could put here. Let's get some H planks. And one thing that I can't, one thing that I unfortunately cannot do because it's winter is to plant some nice trees in the area, because I think it makes it all look. What's the word that I'm looking for? Nicer. Yeah. If the chickens have a sort of hypothetical. Okay, let's not accidentally make an actual fence now. Have a sort of resting area. Let's make panic. Let's make some panic. Help. And prepare for some alone time in the house deep down, and use it to contemplate the planning. Okay, let's get one more look at the area to get a really good idea on how to plan. Yes. Very nice, small and cool. And I mean, I can have this as a food area. Let's go and hide somewhere down here and make sure that William is also down here. Good. William? William has left. Oh, he's Stay here. Okay, you just stay inside. And I am going to wall myself in here in the hopes that nothing is going to get inside, and I'm just going to sit down in this corner and now use the time and plan. So, really unfortunate about the temporal storm. I wasn't aware that it was so close, and I thought it was still a few in-game days away. But regardless, I think this is a nice, substantially large and nicely rectangular chicken area. I'm going to close up here in front and maybe get an additional entrance exit for the chickens to get food here, so that they have nice separate areas for food and for nesting, which probably isn't a good idea. I mean technically they have one area for it in real life, but I could have separated ones. So maybe I'm actually going to expand it to here, the chicken house, and give them a separate food area, which does actually make quite a lot of sense. Enough building materials for that. In particular, I should have. Okay. Now, let's discuss the plan one more time. Okay, this is going to stay a nice rectangular area. And this, let's do a check of the available resources. Possibly. We're going to get some of these and... But yeah, should be possible to expand this. Expand it to, like, sort of the same height as the probably going to be bighorn sheep thing. And yeah, sort of expand it to here and have the chickens have a breeding area. Or let's not be too weird, and instead of calling it a breeding area, let's call it a sleeping area. Okay, but they're going to have their sleeping area sort of here, and then the food area here. Now, since currently at least I have a lot of them, I'm going to put down lots of food things. 2 separate rooms. This one is going to get a nice normal entrance. And what I guess I could do here is to just put down some flowers or something and have this be a nice little secondary garden instead of having it be like a sort of cut in. That would look bad. So I'm just going to leave this open, maybe put a tree there or something. And here I'm going to most likely, let's say, most likely going to just going to cut it off here and have this be a nice frontal garden for all of the um, healing item related plants. And at least get an indent here so I can put the path there. Because I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to cut the chickens completely off, but it might be a good idea. But yeah, let's get all of the chickens out of this area into this area and put a gate there. And this is going to be a nice little garden area. Place this up and get an additional door here. Now, not entirely sure what I'm going to do with the small room over there. I'm sort of just probably going to leave it like it is until I have any better idea. But yeah, going to remove these two. I think those are either pink apple or pear trees. I think they're... Anyways, they're trees. Going to remove both of these. And the cuts I'm going to save. And once the temperatures are warmer, like in sometime, I think it was like it was June, maybe in end of March is a good time to plant them. And then sort of just plant them here because it adds a bit of visual something, noise, I guess. Not really noise, but it adds something to the area that makes it less boring and a flat rectangle. And a sort of NRP, I suppose. NRP solution could be, or thought, could be that the chickens have that a nice little tree to hide under during summer, to hide from the sun and stuff. But yeah, that is the basic plan. Since we're already into 1 hour and about 14 minutes, I'm going to, or 13 minutes, I'm going to not to, very nice grammar. I'm not going to continue the UFOs back. Not going to continue the chicken area and the bighorn shape house or barn, I guess. Not going to complete that. Also because I don't have enough building materials to build both buildings. Yeah. Let's just awkwardly chew on some chopped onions and wait for the temporal storm to be over. And then continue to build the chicken area, and hopefully it will turn out nicely. But at least the server hasn't crashed, so that's a good thing. Nom nom nom. Okay, I think it's about 4 hours, so it should be over the next 2 minutes. Hopefully William hasn't decided to leave the house and bravely fight against the drifters. Only to get smacked by a nightmare drifter. Probably just going to go to sleep until there's daylight again. Once I check that there's no drifter casually waiting anywhere in the house. But yeah. I think the plan is good to have them to expand the chicken house, with it being too small, being too worrying. Maybe I should look into if there's a mod for more detailed farming. Would be sort of cool. But yeah. Let's talk about future farm expansions then. But this area is most likely going to be greenhouses. Because I would put a field there with animals on it. I really, really would like to. But the issue just is that the ground doesn't turn into grass. Wait a minute. I could ask for creative mode to put down to replace the plain dirt blocks which will never turn into grass blocks, to change them into grass blocks, which makes this entire situation much more different, and would actually I should do that and see if I actually can, like in creative mode, place grassy blocks, because then I can just replace it and use the area without the just big patch of brown in that corner. But yeah, good idea. Should look into that. But the temper storm is waning, so once it is gone, I'm going to check through and sleep until daylight. Okay, didn't get immediately smacked by drifters so far, so good start. William is somewhere, and I really don't want to have to build him again. But I might have to. Let's just canonically say that he's in sort of... Oh, no, he is. There he is. But if he disappears again, let's just say he's going on vacation. Let's just do a quick check of the building to see if there's any suspicious unauthorized drift activity. Oh. I still very much like the kitchen design. Also, I did work on the extension of the bakery, which I can show just after going to sleep until daylight. I missed discussing that part in the stream sort of recap on in the beginning. Okay, should be daylight. Oh, I can't see. Okay, I did sleep a tiny bit longer than anticipated. But yeah, Bismuth bronze armor is complete and even has a sort of good quality, 1.5, since my smithing has improved. Now, let's use the nice underground corridor that I have made exactly for convenient travel between the areas, but I actually never used. That was my stoic reaction to getting punched by a drifter, in case anyone wonders. William, please just, okay, teleport away, I guess. I also sort of closed this room off to have this be a cellar, so I can store the copious amounts of grains that I'm going to harvest when I actively do my fields. Now, is there any more man directions to be had? It seems like it. But William sort of took care of it. I should place more lamps down here. Okay, let's just do a quick showing of the kitchen, and I also am storing firewood here. But yeah, this is going to be the bakery area, which is going to be sort of public. Still need to place a sink and some cooking utensils, but I think this is sort of a good use of the space here. But yeah, I think it looks sort of good. Probably was going to look better with some more stuff in here, but yeah. That is that. Let's go outside, get punched by a drifter, and continue building chicken-related things. Seems like the sort of worst drifters like they have left vacated the area. Or maybe not. But oh, hello there. Please, I guess this sort of works. Okay. Any more? Okay. Now let's open this up. Close this up again and expand the building. I really do hope that it's going to look just as neat as I imagine it is going to look like. Well. Yeah, but I guess I can put 1 or 2 trees here, and that is a sort of nice transfer area. But I think I have a better idea of what to put there once either I'm finished here or summer's there. Still a load of drifters that is down in the cavern. Okay, I'm actually confident that today I'm going to be not only able to build the house here, but be able to finally do a nice and compact 2-hour stream. Now, should I place 2 pillars here? I think that's a good idea. Just put this one down. This could save us an extra wall, which might make this area be bigger and sort of alleviate my concerns. So it sort of works out, having sort of a fence that goes here and then having a small path here. Are we never going to bother putting the sheep into the barn? Is that good? Everything is close, so I can move the fence here. Probably also going to be able to have... I'm probably also going to have enough fencing to do this entire thing. I wanted this to be 4 blocks high, just to be consistent. Just do one more check on the bee house to see how well it looks with small buildings. Looks a tiny bit dumpy, I admit. But if you don't look at it, that doesn't really look all that bad. Which is a very good argument when you say that something doesn't look too bad. Just don't look at it. Oh, you think it looks bad? Just don't look at it. Then it's going to look not so bad. But okay. And where am I going to put the door? I think... Oh, never mind, it's 4. Isn't really any middle. I guess here then. Oops. I have only a limited number of blocks left. But I can use the ones from over here quite easily. And then off stream, just replace them. Okay, well, let's just take all of them, I guess. Very nice. I guess the crow is very much a individual that likes to explore areas. Okay. Now, make this sort of symmetric, I guess. So that the rooms are somewhat equally sized. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. Never mind that. Okay. Guess the food room can be a tiny bit smaller. The definitely not weird breeding area. Can be a tiny bit larger for a unreasonably large amount of hens. Okay. Now should I aesthetically it could make sense, but it doesn't really. If there's an extra pillar here. Okay, this can also get a sort of middle entrance. Key. How am I going to approach the... whoops. Oh. No, wait. Is this going to be an action? No. Oh, I have a... I just got a brain blast. A very smart idea. Aesthetically, what might work out well is to make these small chicken entrances, like with trapdoors, and thanks to this area, make this over here the big entry door. Now I feel very smart. A circumstance that won't be continuing for too long. Anyways, self-deprecating humor aside, let's continue with doing things. Do I have the... No, I don't. Where did I put the saw? I guess it's over there. Now, good idea would be to figure out where to put a... I think it doesn't need to be that big. I think what might add the chicken pen aesthetic is to not make it that big, as in not too tall. It might actually really help. So let's do some experimenting. And also, place. Oh, it's just 4 minutes for the exploding. Place this differently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is working out quite okay. I think this is a nice... Should it be... 2 blocks wide, or should it be like only 1 block? And it's getting nighttime again. But at least the crow's back. Hello. Goodbye. Now I don't really know where to put the... I guess the doors can go on the sides. That makes sort of sense. Let's quickly place down the in panic mass-produced doors. Very nice. William really wants to go into the cave and kill some drifters. Have I all the things placed right side up? Seems like it. Okay, let's do the thing that I said I'm going to do and test out how good the whole thing looks if it's only, ouch, 3 blocks high. Never mind, I'm going to make it 4 blocks. Because of the, because of this area. And I also remembered that I wanted the farm to remain largely completely consistent in the architectural approach that we have going, which is that. Oops. Which, just like this chicken house, sort of was made up on the fly, which I think is neat. For that just appear or leave? I guess it just appeared. But I think it's sort of neat to have come up with the designs on the as one place instead of just calculating the optimal style beforehand. I mean, it makes sense for larger projects. To be fair, it makes usually also sense. It's just a preference, I suppose. But yeah, I just like doing it like this. And maybe it sort of, I think, well, I'm not too good of a streamer, but I think it adds a little bit of value to a stream too. Although I have a very small to no audience, to sort of come to a solution together. Well, currently sort of in quotations they're together, but yeah. But maybe one person is still watching, as it seemed like it. And if that person is, thank you very much, and I hope that it is somewhat entertaining. Now let's continue with this and hope that William sort of leaves. Please. Okay. Has left, very nice. Let's add a little bit of fencing. That was the wrong fence. Okay. Let's just jump up this way. Place the other 2 blocks. Now comes the part that always is a bit of a struggle, which is the roof. Now, I'm going to leave it open for now, mainly because I don't have more cobblestone. But because I could make the required amount quite quickly. Let's munch through the food to open an additional inventory slot and then get the roofing. What I want, very unneeded emphasis on I. What I want to do is to. I wonder how that sounded on stream. Suddenly, I. Well, anyways, what I want to do is, as these are sort of barns, to never mind. I always forget that I probably going to add the other barn for the bighorn sheep right here. What I wanted to do is a sort of roof like this. Now, I'm probably just going to go for a flat roof. You know what I could do is make this a roof like the this over there, and here go with a pointy roof. Because if I go with a pointy roof, I either have to make 2 pointy roofs side by side, or which I can imagine doesn't look too good. Do I even have enough for pointy roof? Maybe. But it would probably look a bit silly to have two pointy roofs just side by side. I just wanted to make a nice remark where I very angrily and also happily say that I'm very happy about the wall and sort of want to voice my hatred for the wolf, but I sort of lost motivation to do that halfway in, as in I didn't even start saying it. That weird string of words aside, let's why am I using this? I have enough earth to make it different. I guess I just came to the decision and or conclusion to make this solid. And now I'm struggling with that decision again. Let's just remove the roof again. Be very happy to know that I only need 4 extra cobblestone blocks. And then add the roof. Now, how do I make a trapdoor? Because then I can also, while I'm over there, get the robots. Trapdoor. Okay, very straightforward. Let's awkwardly leave, because real doors, the other doors that I wanted to use, don't work that nicely with fences. So it sort of just stand without automatically connecting like the small fence doors. Now, do I have a thing accidentally placed here? It appears that I have the sword somewhere else. Okay, now currently checking what I can leave here. I'm go inside and put my metalworking stuff somewhere else because I don't really have any need to carry it around. So, would you look at that? I can make 4 additional plates, which isn't enough. I'm talking about meteoric. Help. Yeah, I can make 4 more meteor plates, but it isn't enough for full armor, unfortunately. Okay, big question mark. Where is the saw? Break. Oh, I think it's in another. Okay. Well, let's go back and realize that it is probably in the right here. Was it like this? It was, and I get 2 of them. Other door is the neat one with the windows. Can make like this. Oh, very nice. Let's do some sort of sorting. Make more room. That was my best. It was the best I could do. Let's put this in there, and that should be enough room to. Yeah, that should be enough to carry the roof materials. Currently panicking regarding the drifter. Let's make 10 of these. And make a bunch of these. Let's try to get that up to 64. Very nice. Okay, then I have a full stack, or should. And and the rest I can leave here. Okay. Let's place it down the doors. And yeah. Let's see, maybe since this serves as an extra entrance, I can put maybe even more doors down. As well as my attempts at making a device. Please. Okay. Do it like this. No, do it. Let's do it. How do I do this? Okay. Maybe it's not a good idea. Let's just close this up again and be concerned about that later. Okay. I mean, this sort of works as a nice little in-between area. Let's put, or at least attempt to, put down the trapdoors. And, okay, yes and no. Do I have a better trapdoor? Grab. It's this one. That is the right one. There's too many of them. Okay, let's do a sort of side-by-side comparison. No. Okay, where the wolf is. But it appears to be still the same one that is outside. Now, can some weird angling of the situation. Actually, I sort of did. Where's the second type? Oh. I mean, this is basically what I, well, wanted with the look for the trapdoor, but maybe this one's going to work better. Courtesy of... It would be incredibly awesome if it worked, well, the opposite way. Because it has a nice little handle. What if I dig in like this and I place the wrong trapdoor? Yes. Okay, we're on the correct approach, I imagine. Okay. I fear that the wolf is just going to continue to remind everyone that he is where he is. Move all the snow from him here. And then I'm going to make the roof fast, and then I'm doing some testing on whether or not the chickens can actually go in. Okay, this is getting fine. Let's get stuck on some snow. And then see how this looks. Now, like I said, would be super cool if it would open you know, the direction. Um, if it would open upwards, but nope. Probably going to go with this one. Maybe this could still be salvaged somehow. Exactly like this. But the issue is first that it is some very nice clipping over there. Is there any more trapdoors? There is this type, heavy trapdoor, and this one. Let's make a heavy one and see how that looks. Maybe it's going to be the answer. Okay, heavy. William just took care of the wolf problem. It's the wrong one. Okay, heavy trapdoor. Of the same issue, but it is uniform with the heavy door. Now, let's get all trapdoors into the toolbar. And being confused for a minute. Can get rid of the oak fence. Let's. Oh, that is perfect. Actually perfect. So let's. Oh, it would be super awesome if this one works like the one that I just removed. No, it doesn't. I mean, yes, but come on. Do you, for some reason, just change your direction if I put you here? Not in the way that I hoped. I mean, these look nice. Probably going to keep it that way. Now let's see how these doors open. Okay, they open to the right side. Oh, let's make it so that these do the same. But before that, do some minimal extra experimentation to see how this ends up. I mean, this, could work. But the handle I really would only want if it opens to the outside. Or closes to the outside, rather. Well, let's put this like this. And just sort of leave it like it is. Now, where is the holster? Now, after having wasted a bit of time being confused over trapdoors, let's go and make the roof. And after that, worry about whether or not the chickens can actually enter their house. Time, but at least he, quote unquote, took care of the wolf situation. Thinly veiled euphemism for he has killed them. At least I got some more experience in roof building. Bonk. The words did not yet bite me in the ass. I'll come back to haunt me is better. Appropriate way of saying it. Okay, let's just use for corners. Dirt. here, same sort of approach as with the bee house. 3 blocks high, since due to the 4 block height of the building itself, everything else would look sort of derpy. Okay. Good. Probably going to make a change to the roof once they barn on the other side gets added. Probably going to make it a make it one big roof, but maybe something more substantial. Okay, let's get up here again. I hope that the chickens are going to be able to fit through the trapdoor. That would be very nice if they could, but maybe they're not able to. Let's just do... Even without the dirt, it would look bad. Let's continue. I need to get some more shingles after this. I probably don't have enough. Oh, especially not for the corners, but also for the slanted ones. Took me a good minute to read that. Help. Okay. Just spent the last few blocks. I have a good idea on how many more I need. I say pretending that I actually can't, but let's count. 2 of the others and 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or something. Okay, let's get my roof boards. And do it very fast because I only have 7 minutes left. Until I'm at the 2-hour mark, which I'd like to keep. Let's just do 10. Did I have slabs? Only horizontal, that should work out. Okay. Apparently, in winter, the blue temporal torches really do work quite nicely. So I'm looking forward to using them as street lighting. Once I... Okay, William. Once I get to that point. To make... At least the chickens are able to get inside. That is positive. Let's leave. Yeah. Let's continue without falling down this time. But yeah, next stream I'm probably I'm going to... Please don't fall down. Next stream is going to be the long last exploration of the pit. And that should be somewhat exciting. I'm looking forward to maybe find some rare resources down there. I didn't do any like peeking to see if there is anything worthwhile, but I hope that there is. I mean, maybe there is nothing interesting, but maybe there is something interesting. But okay, let's get rid of all the dirt scaffolding. Oop. Oop, oop. Okay, it looks as expected, which is eh. Might have some windows, a window that I can put just here, so it doesn't look too boring. The chickens have some natural light while doing chicken things. But yeah, this looks way too spacious. Now, I'm going to place of these, and then get some clay because I don't really have any to make 2 more cobblestone blocks. And with 2, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As I'd often said, I'm very good at counting. Okay. Oh, they also got a tier 3 pulverizer now, thanks to the very... I overused the word, but I'm going to say them again. Say it again. Thanks to the copious amounts of iron that I found. Now am I going to use the opportunity to... Let's just get some food before embarking on the actually short trip to get some... What's it called? Clay. Stamp have with me. Finishing touch. Oh no. Okay, at least I have enough rocks. That is very good. We don't need to get some more. Nice sort of coloration, thanks to the start of day. Work. Let's just open and close many doors. Put that into the thingy later. Get some onion, and for the sake of saving time, just chop it and eat it, not like that. Probably very inefficient. I probably could get far more out of it if I were to cook it. I really should get into cooking and stuff, but I sort of overlooked it the entire time. Okay, let's do one more check whether or not I have some clay down in the chest. No clay. Oh. No clay. Okay. No clay. Let's say hi to Sofalov. And then wait a few seconds for him to say hi back, and then ominously ask him, have you seen my Discord message? Because, unfortunately, him settling all the way down there is a thing that contributes to the server crashing. because too many chunks are loaded, and he is teleported him due to winter 20,000 blocks south. And the server crashes when the map file gets too large. Said that too often, but I said it just now again because reasons, I guess, because I have nothing else to say. But okay, have you seen my Discord message? How do is that message? Look, I'm always afraid when I write you a message that I accidentally write massage. But yeah, it's a, what's the word? It's a, what's a academic word for boring? It's a boring fear, but it is a fear I have. Where's the clay harvest area? Oh, what's the word that I'm thinking of? It's not redundant. Come on. I want to sound smart. What's the word? Not monotone. Oh fuck. Frick, I mean. Okay, that should be enough. Let's try to get the last few stones used. Oh, I can't think of the word. I hate it when you try when I try to think of a word and it just doesn't come to mind, but you know it. You know? You know you know what I'm talking about? When you really know the word that you want to say, but you just don't have it in your head. Come on. William? Rob just ran into a bush with spikes on it. Monotone, redundant. Fancy word for boring, I guess. Frick. Maybe it comes to mind a few hours after the stream and then I'm going to be like, yes, that's the word. The word always comes to mind like a few hours or even days after you struggle to find it. Maybe I'm concentrating too much on similar words. Oh, this looks sort of okay. Sort of. Let's get some windows. Okay, what's the time? About 900. Let's get the placeholder oak windows, which I'm going to change into aged. Let's use as many doors as possible to get to our destination. Do I remember inventory? Did he? I don't think so. Okay, please don't jump through the window. Boop. I mean, sort of. Just going to leave it like this. Walk, 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 walk. But okay. Confusion. Okay, and I remembered. I think the trick is to just not think about the word that you're trying to remember. Maybe that's a trick. Let me try that. Those there for now. Well, now I'm trying. Now I'm thinking of German words that have nothing to do with the topic. Hey, William. Does this make sense? Really? Maybe I can just put a block there to sort of fill the void. Wait. Book, 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 book. Is there any... No? No, large one is too large. Yeah. You could live at my house during winter. I can give you lots of food. Well, no. Yig. Yig. Yeah. It is going to be winter until, like, end of March. Was it March? Yes. To be fair, fair, I did explore 10,000 blocks south of your position while you came online, so that might have something to do with that. Just maybe. Perhaps. Should be fine as long as we don't load too many chunks. Okay, I lost my train of thought. Okay, I wanted bigger trows, or troughs, or however it is pronounced. Okay. Okay, let's just remove that and remove that, and this looks better. Okay. And another one could go here. And then I could... Well, it looks nice and open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want to keep the sort of even number. But yeah. Just leave it like this and get out here. And now get to the part where I put down paths. 8. Oh, here's the former pit entrance. You know what just came to my mind? Should I be one of those people that's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm streaming. Wanna check out my stream? I mean, since my name is too much self-advertising already, let's just not do that. No, I have enough. But thanks. I don't really need any cotton because I only would need it to make clothes, and I have 2 stacks of seed because I did collect lots of it. Okay, but by the way, the idea to make the entrance up here is to sort of give the chicken a nice area for themselves. Okay, let's since it's no longer snowing, remove the snow. And then get some grain. And just sort of give that to the chickens. And let's also get the 2 accidentally tamed crows. And get them into the chicken area. It's this guy. 1 day, okay, 2 days. 5 days. Let's go this way. Thank you very much. Okay, very good. Now, let's just put another door just here. And yeah. Okay, let's also make this an room. Make the room. And although I'm over the time that I ideally wanted to make the stream long, I still am happy with it and should be close to finishing it quite soon. New garden area. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, I'm going to remove these 2 trees. Hmm? I mean, it was a good solution for a... Talking about the old chicken area. Was a good solution at the time, but I think it's nice to expand the farm. Okay. Do I want a sharp corner there? Let's just do that for now. And maybe once summer is there, I'm going to cap. Maybe once summer is there, I can see what else I can put there. But for now, yeah, looks good. Okay. Oh, neat. But I can... Gravel road is rather easy to make. And the path can just go here and then... Yeah. Oh. Let's remove that in the corner here. The nice dirt scaffolding. Oh, and here are also the storage vessels for the farm, not farm, but for the bakery. Okay, inventory looks cluttered. Let's do some cleaning up of that. And then give the chickens some food. Same with elephants. They spawn in large groups. Oh, I said larger. Well, building materials. Let's also get rid of this and that, and that last piece of fence I'm going to cape. Okay. Confusion for a minute. And let's get some more building materials. Okay, very good. Wait, let's get... Oh, well. Let's get those. Voice was making some problems there for a second. And fix up the hole in the house. Okay, but it's great that it isn't so annoying. Boop and boop and boop. Could be a windowed room that goes there. I mean, if he's probably not going to, but if he were to decide to go here for winter, I could make this what was his name? Sulfurlaugh's room. But yeah. Did destroy the eggs. The eggs. Sorry. I did destroy the eggs, unfortunately, but although it's not really needed, I'd like to have my buildings built like this, where the areas that aren't really seen do still have full block coverage. Oof. Do I still have a door? No. Please don't run into the house. Okay, let's put a... let's... Well, looks like we can go into the cave anyways and get some more cobblestone. Get some more cobblestone. And it's getting nighttime again. And yeah. I don't think I have enough shale stones. And I don't think I have enough rocks to turn into... blocks to turn into rocks. So let's just... 2 minutes. Let's just get a few more rocks. I just reflected on my on what I just said regarding I don't have enough blocks. Staring at my not needed cobblestone wall. Okay, let's just get a few more rocks and then that should be it. Like 1 stack of them. Out of the large underground rectangle. Oh, there's also some lead ore here. And I'm getting closer to the underground cave. Enough room for that. Let's just pick that up as well. This is going to take 1 or 2 minutes. Please excuse my... Oh. Please excuse this. But I almost had enough building materials for the stream. Almost. But this should be enough. Okay, let's just... That's a medium... lead, what's it called? The veins shouldn't be too big. Let's just remove this here as well, and then get some clay, make some more stones, and then hopefully have enough to finish the building. Okay, very good. We have all the things. I'm going to collect the lead off stream. Where was the exit? Here it was. Also, I noticed that you can just open these with bare hands. Would have been useful during all the times I aimlessly ran around looking. Or clay. Okay, that's a bit much than just one stack. Okay. Mm-hmm. But yeah, unfortunately, there is not going to... unfortunately, I can't do much exploring. What I wanted to do at some point was a sort of Arctic expedition running thousands of blocks north until I reached the Arctic, but that's no longer a very good option. I'm walking past the clay all the time. There it is. But maybe if I ask, I could do it. Let's just temporarily dump, yeah, dirt blocks. Okay, that should be enough. Oh. Okay. Very exciting. Okay, that should be 48. And let's just add a few more. What for? It's away. And yeah, go back. I mean, we could check out Soffel of Sim since he has since he has respawned. I mean, since he has joined the server again. But yeah, I mean, if anyone is interested, please tell me. I, nobody's here. But maybe he doesn't want his home shown on the stream. That would... I mean, I could ask him, but that could also be sort of self-advertising, so I'm not going to. Because I don't want to just go and be like, oh, you know, I'm a streamer. Although my literal name might say otherwise. But yeah. Boom. Okay, I use a pickaxe for digging because... This? Key. My big brain didn't even really need to get that many blocks. Very nice. I should have all tools. I do. Herb. Okay. Very nice. Lots of chickens. I do luckily have enough resources in storage to make more stone path. Okay, that was close. Now, let's go and make some more stone path. I have enough dirt and lots of rocks. And unless he says he wants to sleep, ask him if he wants to sleep. Solotov, that is. Okay, I can just work with this. Let's work towards getting a stack. That should be enough for one burrow system. Oh. Or network of words, I guess. Do many people play? Yeah, that's a good question. About 3. Could be 4, but I am not sure how often Melvian stops by. Since he had bad iron, I have seen him quite rarely. Okay, let's continue building paths. Do I have enough? Okay, that is mature pink apple. That's also pink apple. Let's just remove these two. Okay, for a minute I thought I turned them all into... for a minute I thought I turned the entire tree into firewood. But no, Okay, 6 cuttings. That should be enough to work that out. But yeah, those are going to be there. And what I also learned, what I learned because of the way they are branching. What I wanted to say just now was... Okay, goodbye. I thought it was... I was like, oh, look at all these chickens. They sort of... I forgot. They're all sleeping. But... No, okay. One more try. Okay. What I wanted to say is, because I thought that only chickens went inside to go sleeping, was to, well, say that I thought that they were all inside sleeping, but they were just all inside of the snow. Very, very captivating way of telling that. Also very captivating story, but yeah. Now, if I could see the lake, that would be extremely helpful. It's over here. And back here again. Oh, I sort of marked the area of that. Now, I think I'm going to continue with the sort of layout that I previously had here. Which is sticking close to the walls for now. Oh, but yeah, I guess this... guess the question of whether or not we're going to show Solotev's house is going to be... is answered now, since he left. I would... anyways, let's just... forget about that, and... that away. Some drifter menacingly approach and go to bed to get some daylight. Then get all the chickens some nice grain, which probably... I know I have spelled it right. Let's go to sleep, get some daylight. then feed the chickens, do a short review of how things turn out and what changes there may be made in the future, and then that should be it. And that would only be about half an hour more time than what I actually wanted to stream. Okay, this is this. Probably going to be just a storage room. Can remove this and turn this into an interior door. Let's turn this into interior. Let's turn it into an interior door. Be falling apart in terms of talking. How do I make the reinforced door? Greenhouse, reinforced. Okay. No, not the reinforced, the other one. Greenhouse, reinforced, or regular, windowed, heavy, interior. Okay, there we go. Where was it? Right here. Interior, okay. And boop. Very nice. Okay, let's chew on some onions. Then get the grain to feed the chickens, and then, like I said about a minute ago, can really big hog. I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? Like, actually. That's cool. Really was actually quite worried because I didn't see him for 2 to 3 weeks. I did repair his portal and sort of put down a message saying I repaired your portal, but please don't go to that one place and explore that, because then I assumed that because then back then I'm assumed the teleporting destinations are all globally visible to anyone, so I was afraid that I sort of turned him off from playing by saying I repaired your portal, please don't go to this one place where your portal leads. But yeah, but it seems like the portal names are global, so he was probably wondering what I was talking about. I am okay. Maybe I was going to. Okay. Well, as usual, I guess. Okay, very nice. Let's put down the food for the chickens. Sort of watch how they. Oh, that's so cool. How they all enter and go through the cool little door that they have. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. It's really big scare radius. What's a good idea to put the house there? But very good. Can I see him on the map? Oh. Okay. Let's be confused and let's remove the snow here to be able to better take a look at the new area. But yeah, good to know that Bigger Brains only made a pause. Apparently because the crashes sort of were annoying, which is very understandable. But yeah, since this area is quite big, and I have said it a few times. But yeah, it's going to get a 2, 3, 4 trees in here. Probably just going to be 2, so they can become quite nice and big. But depending on how the trees end up looking, I might even get experimental or brave or whatever, or creative is the word, and maybe give them a small little like bath, small little lake here that they can get into. Although I think that is probably a very bad idea if you have chickens in real life, because that water is going to get quite very dirty very fast. Because they do lots of pooping, and if you only have a small little pond in which you can't replace the water, it's going to be very unsanitary very fast. Okay, I'm missing 3. I said lanterns, but 3 of those. Okay, but we have 3rd of February. By the next stream, winter should be over. Let's do some more checking. Well then, see where the last torch is. But yeah, let's start the sort of summary of what I managed to do, and also remove some of these. But yeah, chickens now have a nice little area for themselves. I think this worked out quite nicely, since I didn't have any concrete plan on what to do. The chicken, let's just call it chicken house, also looks quite okay. Very glad that they can go in and out of the small little chicken doors. And I'm actually quite glad how everything did turn out. This area probably is going to get some random, maybe even another tree that goes like right here, and some other stuff. And they already have eaten through most of their food, and have like 8 places to lay down eggs, which should be quite enough. And maybe I'm going to keep the hen population at about 8. Once I start getting some poultry meat. But yeah, let's just do a bit of a lawn mowing here, and then that should be it. I'm not very glad, but I'm glad that the stream turned out at least somewhat good. Not sure about the audio. I hope it was good. And in the previous streams it was quite bad, since I had only like 3 minutes watch time on them. So I hope that this time the only thing that was turning off people was my bad humor. And yeah, that's basically it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope it was entertaining. If it wasn't, well, it wasn't, I guess. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and I hope that it was entertaining. Just as I said, I like to repeat myself, I guess. But yeah. Thank you, and maybe until next time, and goodbye.